What's heavy, shiny, and really difficult to live with? Well, it's the nation's most embarrassing driving award. And tonight, it will be handed out to one very deserving person.
Maybe it will be telemarketer Mike Butt.
What the hell?
When we met Mike in Regina, he drove illegal, unsafe vehicles that he treated terribly. He didn't know how to reverse.
Oh.
And he intentionally annoyed other drivers.
Oh, no!
In rehab, we taught Mike every day, but he never learned enough to graduate from our program.
Whoa!
Mike is Canada's worst driver, according to Jody, his brother-in-law. Unemployed Angelina is the next candidate.
Wow.
Oh, no!
When we met Angelina in Sudbury, she was always racing to do her makeup, which always needed redoing because
I'm freaking out.
she was always crying.
I've never been down this road in my life.
In rehab, Angelina's panic-induced tears flowed so often, she quit more challenges than she passed.
I quit.
Angelina is Canada's worst driver, according to Christine, her best friend. The final nominee is mechanical engineering student Arun.
Oh, no.
In Windsor, when we met Arun, he couldn't drive the speed limit.
Do you see the traffic behind you?
He felt safer occupying 2 lanes, and to him, going backwards was a foreign concept.
What are you trying to do?
Huh? Go back. Whoa.
In rehab,
Yikes!
Arun proved to be a slow learner.
I don't know how to get out of this place, seriously.
Arun is Canada's worst driver, according to Santa, his wife.
It's been a long, rough road to get to the end of our 5th season, but here we are. And at the end of this episode, someone will be named
Canada's worst driver.
Canada's worst driver.
Canada's worst driver.
Canada's worst driver.
We started this season with the nation's 8 most frightening license holders. 5 were allowed to leave our rehab center. Now, we're down to the worst 3.
For their opening challenge in this final episode, we'll see if Canada's worst drivers have learned to reverse properly. We call this course the Serpentine. Basically, it's a giant snaking slalom done in reverse. And to make it all the more difficult, the drivers have to go up and back in less than 30 seconds.
I'll show you how it's done. I begin well, but each turn starts getting a little bit wider.
Yeesh. Oh, I'm going too fast. Come on.
Turning around the top person is the make or break part of this course.
Clumsy around that lady.
Ah, I'm too wide. Come on, you're on this one.
My driving is about as smooth as sandpaper today. But even with my herks and jerks, I head for the finish line with seconds to spare.
Stop without hitting the sign. Ah, time.
It's time for Canada's worst drivers.
Are you Canada's worst driver, Angelina?
No,
Arun?
I don't think so.
Mike, are you Canada's worst driver?
I'm pretty bad, but I'm not the worst, no.
One of them's wrong.
Deciding who is Canada's worst driver is the job of our experts. Watching every bad move the drivers make, as always, we have Peter Mellor, Philippe Letourneau, Dr. Luisa Gambora, and former Ontario Provincial Police Sergeant Cam Woolley.
This guy's nuts.
Mike Butt is the first in our 30-second reverse slalom.
Hang on to your britches, folks. I'm not promising much.
Go, Mike.
He's off.
On his first attempt, Mike shows why he's in rehab. When he gets going again,
Ooh, that's a wide turn.
Mike shows why he's in our final episode.
I hit some.
Run number 2 lasts 5 seconds.
Ooh!
Run number 3 is slow. 4 is out of control.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And run number 5 is an open and shut case of dangerosity.
Ah!
What happened?
The door wasn't closed.
Drivers will get 10 chances to run this course cleanly in less than 30 seconds.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
I hit that thing so hard the stereo popped out.
On Mike's final attempt,
I'm not Canada's worst driver. I'm not Canada's worst driver.
he shows why he might be Canada's worst driver. Mike goes 0 for 10.
So right now, my only hope is that Angelina and Arun do worse than me.
Angelina's next.
I'm really scared now.
You can do it, Angie!
Can she do it? We'll know soon enough.
Not bad as a start. Ooh, actually, I take that back.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
For her next trick, Angelina picks up the woman she knocked down.
If she keeps doing that, she's gonna damage something.
Oh my God. It's mayhem.
Mayhem is more subtle than this. Boof, boof, boof.
Angie.
Dragging bodies as she goes.
When the body pops free, it severs the transmission line. Translation? Angelina killed another car.
Sorry.
But it could be to her advantage because the replacement vehicle has peppier steering and is faster.
Do I have one more try?
One more. Shooting for 30 seconds or less, Angelina looks good.
Until she spun herself entirely around.
Angelina might be Canada's worst driver.
But I did good. It was so negative.
Studious Arun saw that wide turns will kill his chances.
He's actually staying tighter than Andrew did.
Arun's a lot tighter.
Sorry.
Over the course of his first 9 runs, Arun has some very erratic attempts, and he hits a few obstacles. In Arun's defense, though,
Hi, Adriana.
Angelina's distracted.
Hi, it's so funny. Okay, listen, we're doing like a slalom. Like, we're even getting out of little styrofoam people.
On his final run,
You can do it, Aaron!
Arun puts everything he's learned into practice.
15 seconds!
Go, Aaron!
Yes!
I think he's gonna make it. He's close. He's gonna be. We'll see.
He's gonna do it. He's actually gonna do it.
Arun now thinks he will
Not become Canada's worst driver.
after the break. There's only 2 words to describe the bumper bending that ensues.
Oh,
Mega Challenge!
Just a little fender bender. Just a little fender bender.
On every season of Canada's Worst Driver, we put our final 3 nominees through one intense last rehab center challenge. That challenge always brings together bits and pieces of everything they've learned under our tutelage.
And that challenge usually leaves Canada's worst drivers a little bit shaken up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Mega Challenge.
And the Mega Challenge begins with a reverse skidding spin-around maneuver. 5 days ago, the bad drivers learned to do this by reversing at 30 an hour, then steering a quarter turn one way and a full turn the other.
Yeah, just like that.
Now going forwards,
And then I gotta build my speed up to 50.
and I must maintain 50 through a 5-turn slalom.
Yeesh. And then through the crazy eye of the needle.
When drivers pop out of the eye of the needle, they're almost at the halfway mark. Check this out. After the eye of the needle, drivers get corralled over to this turnaround section, where the precision reverse begins.
Ooh, she's tight.
After 10 tight minutes, it's time to change vehicles.
Now, I come around to the swanky little Mini Cooper.
The Mini will be used for the next major piece of high-performance driving, a 180-degree skidding forward turn. The bad drivers learn to do this maneuver by swinging out to the right, then cutting hard to the left and pulling the handbrake.
Wow. It's pretty good.
Today, drivers have to do the spin around this blue man. Quick swerve one way, cut hard the other, pull the handbrake.
Yeah.
The final few meters is a reverse
There we go.
that leads to the gimbal, which drivers must balance upon.
Will I do it in one shot? Come on, you. I think I got it.
The Mega Challenge took me about 4 pounds of sweat.
Let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
Mike Butt will get straight to the point.
Here we go.
Before taking off, Mike walked the entire course, and he was refreshed by Philippe on how to do the dynamic driving. But Mike fails the first test, then turns to the slalom.
Ball sack.
Mike's the proverbial bull in a china shop.
Well, that was a spectacular failure right there.
Poor old Mike Butt isn't driving as well as he said he would.
How does this even work?
Bit of front end swing action right there.
Mike's lack of spatial awareness is really getting stale.
I mean, I'll show you how much space he's got. He's got this much on this side. This much space. This much. You've got this much space, man.
All right.
In 17 minutes, he's wiped out 10 objects.
Trying to go forward with precision,
Me, do everything.
Mike's frustration carries through to the handbrake turn.
He might well be Canada's worst driver, and he knows it.
All right, hang on to your britches.
We're trying to create well-balanced drivers here at the rehab center, but I'm afraid Mike is just not that.
Mike tries reversing into place, and then he tries going forward with it still in reverse.
I can't believe I made that mistake, man. Oh.
Mike has set the bar low.
My only saving grace right now is if Angelina does worse than me.
After the break, the mega challenge takes a mega beating. Then, Angelina and Arun and Mike take me
Stop!
on a drive through downtown Toronto that's as serious as a heart attack.
Watch out for Grandma.
The three lousiest motorists in the entire country are going through their final challenge here at our rehab center. At the end of this show, one of them will be named Canada's worst driver.
Ball sack!
Arun is up next. In the reverse skid around, Arun speeds and oversteers. And in the slalom, Arun speeds and he oversteers.
Oh, no.
In the eye of the needle, Arun looks where he wants to go, and he almost goes there. In the precision reverse section,
Okay, now keep an eye on this one.
Arun and Sana work together,
Think I'm gonna hit that?
Not yet.
and they're through in 14 minutes.
Wow, Ern. Amazing.
Pretty good.
Really
Happy.
good.
Arun is almost done the mega challenge. Getting through the reverse means Arun has to change cars and get ready for the final straightaway, where he has to remember how to do a 180-degree skid going forwards using the handbrake.
Accelerator. Brake.
And he does it!
Whoa, not that bad. Not that bad.
The bad news is, Arun still isn't great at reversing.
No, it's not my fault.
But the good news is, Arun doesn't look like Canada's worst driver.
Almost there. There? Oh.
Hold on, it's balanced.
Arun is done his rehab center driving.
I'm not the worst. That's for sure.
Angelina will be the last through our mega challenge.
This could be grim.
For Angelina to succeed here, she's going to have to make sure she doesn't panic.
Oh my god.
40.
That was so bad. Oh! Why do they make me panic like this?
What was that, 1 second into the challenge?
Don't panic.
Everything is spinning out of control.
Ah! Why did it do that?
Angelina is hitting her emotional wall.
I know I can't.
At the precision reversing section,
Your mirror's busted now?
the car is breaking down.
Angelina! Hop out, that car's toast.
Yeah. It's like my mom's car used to look.
So your mother runs into things too?
Wow, sometimes.
When the car is fixed, Angelina still needs a tune-up.
Oh!
As the sun sets on another season here at the Driver Rehabilitation Center,
Sorry!
one has to wonder
Sorry!
when the dawn of a new era of Canadian driving will occur.
Sorry!
Oh no, Angelina, no.
It's okay. Just a little fender bender. Just a little fender bender.
We take pride in teaching Canada's worst drivers skills. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
Angelina is looking
I don't know how this is possibly happening to me.
like Canada's worst driver.
Do I look like a disaster? Please just tell me I don't look like a
No,
disaster.
you look great.
Angelina does not look
Holy I'm moving.
where she's going.
Oh!
I mean, she really doesn't look where she's going.
Oh, that was bad. Oh, I didn't even pull the brake. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Angelina probably shouldn't drive.
Should you be driving?
Yeah? I want to drive.
When we return, Canada's worst drivers take me on a scary ride through downtown Toronto.
I'm scared.
There's only one motoring challenge left to do before we name Canada's worst driver.
And for this one, we're really gonna ramp up the horsepower. I'm taking this Mustang all the way to downtown Toronto. And when I get there, the final 3 nominees will take me for a ride. When it's all said and done, someone will be named Canada's worst driver.
Our ultimate challenge involves driving me through the busiest urban traffic in the country. There's bicyclists, skateboarders, cabbies, pedestrians, confusing signs, and lots of lights. Over 250,000 drivers are on the streets of downtown Toronto every day. And the next driver to hit them is Mike Butt.
All right, our first ever convertible drive through the streets of downtown Toronto.
For this challenge, I will say the name of an upcoming cross street.
Left onto Yonge Street.
That's young.
It's up to the drivers to find that street. From Yonge Street, Mike turns on to Dundas, where he's told to turn
Right on Spadina.
When a driver misses the cross street, they have to get back to where they went wrong.
How you get back to Dundas is up to you.
Okay.
To get back, Mike takes an illegal right. Then he gets indecisive in an intersection,
That light is red.
and then Mike crosses a stopping line.
Oh, I'm bad for that.
He's also bad at turning through multi-lane intersections.
And you're supposed to turn into one lane only, not both of them.
When this drive started, I explained to Mike that
This in Toronto is a bicycle lane, and bicycles have the right of way. When you're turning right, bicycle has the right of way to come in on your inside, okay?
Okay.
Bicycles do have the right of way.
now Mike's turning right with a bicyclist to his right.
Stop, stop! There's a bicyclist.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Thanks. You just totally saved your life.
And there's more lives to be saved.
There's a bicyclist turning right.
This is nuts.
To get back to where he last went wrong,
I am totally lost.
Mike needs to turn off this street headed right. So he does.
Turned right underneath a sign that said, no exit.
Really? Oh.
Now Mike needs to turn right, but he's in the left lane.
I think it's still all right. I haven't quite gone all the way.
Well, that's not the right turn lane.
At the next red light, Mike wants to make another right turn. So he checks his mirrors for bikes. The only cyclist pulls up to a stop. So Mike starts accelerating.
Watch out for Grandma.
I was watching that guy.
This might just be the thing that makes Mike Canada's worst driver.
She blended in. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean that a woman with white hair blended
Well, no,
in.
it's a blind spot, man.
The old lady directly in front of Mike looked blind, but she was watching him. After that incident, Mike is a mess. He changes lanes without signaling. He stops in another intersection. And he gets caught in no man's land so often.
Look up. It's now a red light.
Mike practically creates a red light district.
That is a hairy one, Mike.
Turning across 2 lanes isn't as hairy.
I know that's illegal.
But driving into oncoming traffic is about all I can take.
Wow, that's a lot of lanes for one way.
That's not all one way, man. Left onto Charles.
As we return to our original starting point, Mike knows the only way he will not be Canada's worst driver is if Angelina really screws up.
That's my only saving grace, is if Angelina does worse than me, and otherwise I'm probably going to take home that god-awful trophy of shame.
When we come back, Arun impresses our experts.
That's what the show has taught me how to do.
But Angelina doesn't.
I just don't want you people judging me.
The final challenge for Canada's worst drivers is chauffeuring me through downtown Toronto. Mike Butt's drive was a near disaster.
Watch out for Grandma.
Now, it's Angelina's turn behind the wheel.
I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, I'm really scared.
Of what?
I don't know.
When drivers are scared,
I'm so nervous.
Don't cry, don't cry.
I'm scared too.
If we cry, we're gonna stop, because there's no sense in driving and crying.
But I was crying even when I'm walking.
This drive does not have to happen, but Angelina insists on continuing. Angelina's first instruction is to go,
Left onto Yonge Street.
but Angelina can't handle it.
I can't think. I'm having a panic attack.
You having a panic attack? We're gonna stop right away. We can't cry and drive on Yonge Street.
Okay, I won't cry.
Stop.
I won't cry.
What do you do when you have a stress attack?
I take a Xanax. I'm prescribed them.
Angelina takes that drug.
Only when I feel anxiety.
Today she's anxious, but she hasn't taken her medication.
I don't know why I'm upset. Are these 4 lanes or 2 lanes? These ones.
These ones are 2.
If you've been prescribed a medication, it's important to use it the way it's been prescribed. So if she's been told that she needs to take this whenever she feels anxious, that's what she needs to do.
And she does. 5 minutes after swallowing the pill,
And I just pull straight up.
Angelina convinces me she's ready to go. But she's not.
I don't want to hit anybody.
Okay, we're gonna pull over again right away. We're gonna pull over again right away. Stop.
Okay, I won't cry. I won't cry. I won't cry, I promise.
Promise schmamas. We pull over.
Should you do this?
Yeah.
How long does it take for the Xanax to kick in?
15 minutes?
15 minutes? Should we just wait?
Maybe.
Yes. Let's wait.
I don't know why I'm so emotional.
You're always this emotional, aren't you?
Yeah.
While we wait, I want Angelina to observe the traffic that she says she wants to be a part of.
Bicycle, cab driver, jaywalker.
I'm really scared I'm gonna hit somebody. That's the most thing I'm scared of, is that I'm gonna hit somebody.
10 minutes after Angelina parked,
Should I go now?
Nope, you should not.
I want to stay parked.
That's scary.
But after another 10 minutes,
Are you able to do this?
Yeah.
Angelina says she's good to go.
Can I go? Can I go? Oh my gosh.
Here we go. So we're on Wellesley, okay? We're looking for one called Queen's Park Crescent.
On Queen's Park Crescent,
I'm scared.
Angelina has me seriously scared.
Oh my, too many people everywhere. Am I going over the speed limit?
You tell me, it says 40 right there, are you? Yes, you are. You're doing 60 and a 40.
Oh my God. I'm so scared.
Is that Xanax kicking in?
Yeah. That's why I'm crying.
Just a few minutes later,
Oh, I suck at this.
Angelina makes an illegal turn. Then she diagonally crosses a crosswalk.
I know this is illegal.
And then the tears flow again.
Okay, you stop. You stop. Let's stop.
The only way Angelina will ever be safe
So scared.
is if she gives up her license.
I don't want to give away my license.
I mean, we can't just let you go home driving like this.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to encourage you to stop driving.
No, I'm not. Are you gonna make me the worst driver?
I'd like to make Angelina the best pedestrian.
I honestly don't think you should drive.
I'm driving.
And with that, Angelina takes off again.
Sorry.
She's so upset she's impaired now, and I think Andrew knows that.
Are you fit to drive? Are you okay?
There's so many people judging me.
Using my better judgment, I tell Angelina our drive is finished due to excessive crying.
I'll pull over for you.
Good.
I'm so embarrassed.
That's okay. That's okay. We're going to pull up right here and stop.
Angelina hops the curb, then breaks down.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. We're in park? And we're going to stop and get out.
You know, she clearly is somebody that should not be driving. Absolutely.
I'm not quitting driving forever.
What are you going to do to get better?
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do in the next 10 minutes.
Christine has tried to do the right thing by encouraging Angelina to become a better driver, but it hasn't worked.
She doesn't drive badly. She drives terribly.
I know.
She needs somebody who she respects to tell her, you should never drive.
Okay. I'll talk to her. I don't know. I'm gonna go talk to her now.
It saddens Christine, but she agrees to be the voice of reason.
So don't be sad.
But when it's time to speak up,
I'm not voluntarily giving up my license.
Christine remains silent.
Well, what do you expect me to do?
Quit
I'm
driving.
driving. I'm not quitting driving. Well, you guys are doing this to make a fool out of me.
Babe.
You're trying to make a fool out of me.
We're trying to save Canadian lives.
I'm going to the bus stop.
She's a menace. She's an absolute menace. She's a hazard to herself and everybody around her on the road.
She should definitely give up driving for now.
I'm not driving.
Angelina might be Canada's worst driver.
All this is overwhelming. That's why I seem to be an idiot. But I can drive.
Arun is up next.
In my drive to Toronto, I think I'll do really well.
Arun starts off really well.
You keep going like this, we'll be done in about 40 minutes.
Sounds good.
In fact, Arun does so well.
How many lanes are we going to drive in today?
1 lane.
Yes.
If our rehab center was going to put someone on its poster,
Blinkering, shoulder checking, looking at the mirror.
that someone would have to be Arun.
Why don't you tell me the best 5 things you've learned in rehab?
First thing I would say is backing up skills, control of steering. Third thing would be the mirror check, then the shoulder check. That would be the 4th thing. And the 5th thing most important, look where you go. That's like, it's like a magic thing.
He's the most improved driver I've ever seen on this show.
I don't think you can get such an opportunity ever. Like, this show is just phenomenal, and the experience that you get is like, it's just mind-blowing.
Arun finishes without making a single moving violation.
That's it, it's official. You're not Canada's worst driver.
Thank you.
After the break, we name Canada's worst driver.
Canada's worst driver is...
Based on the reverse slalom challenge. The all-encompassing mega challenge. And the all-too-real drive through downtown Toronto.
Too many people everywhere.
It's time to name Canada's worst driver.
I hope to God I'm not Canada's worst driver.
I'm not the worst driver in Canada.
Okay, I think I'm Canada's worst driver. There, I said it. Can we go now?
Perhaps the most shocking drive this episode was Arun's perfect run through downtown Toronto.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself.
I just about gave up on you, so I'm really impressed. Good job.
Thank you.
I was blown away.
We're all amazed. The lessons we taught Arun in rehab clearly got through to him. Arun is a rehabilitated driver.
It's good to hear that.
Mike, but on the other hand, might be Canada's worst driver.
I almost killed a 90-year-old lady. I really did, so...
I'm very disappointed, actually.
No, I'm disappointed in myself, too.
I'm a bit pissed off at you, buddy. Just forget about the old lady for a moment. You were making prohibited turns, changing lanes without signaling. You were committing offense after offense after offense. I think you're really dangerous, buddy.
Maybe you should just keep my license then. I don't know.
We can't keep your license. That is yours. But I do have a suggestion.
I give Mike back his license.
And now, I'm going to give you these.
For the sake of public safety, Mike should sever his right to drive.
I don't know if I can.
When we met Mike, he bombed around in wrecks that often had no insurance and bogus license plates.
I got a dummy plate with good stickers.
In rehab, Mike failed 17 of our 23 challenges. And in Toronto, when Mike wasn't cutting off bicyclists...
Stop! There's a bicyclist
Oh,
right
I'm
there.
sorry, man. You just totally saved your life.
he was nearly mowing down old ladies.
Watch out for Grandma.
If Mike wants to respect the privilege of driving, he needs to start from scratch. Mike knows his bad driving could kill someone.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Angelina is afraid of her own shadow,
How are you today?
Nervous.
but she's not afraid of killing someone.
I'm not giving my license up. It was given to me by the Ministry of Transportation. I passed 2 tests. They seemed to deem me fit for the road.
Angelina isn't fit for the road.
So you think I want to look like an idiot? When you think I don't want to drive? No, I want to be good. I want to drive.
When we met Angelina,
Am I even on the right side of the road?
it seemed like the only time she wasn't crying was when she was putting on makeup or panicking.
Oh, God! I am panicking.
In rehab, Angelina failed or quit 22 out of 23 challenges. Our lowest success rate ever, all because of panic.
Oh, panic attack, man.
so unhappy. Ah!
Yesterday in Toronto,
I can't think. I'm having a panic attack.
You having a panic attack? We're gonna stop right away.
Angelina displayed the behavior of someone who just should not
I'll
drive.
pull over for you.
Good.
I'm so embarrassed. Oh. Fine. Do you want me to say I won't drive?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't drive. Make you feel better?
If I believed that it would.
I'm not gonna drive. Like, what, I'm gonna go home and just throw in my license? And what, take a bus for the rest of my life?
Cam, should she be driving?
Angelina, you should not be driving.
Well, I'm gonna drive.
Should she be driving?
No.
Not until the anxiety comes under control.
Oh my, so upset. I can't even think.
People who can't think shouldn't drive.
I feel like I'm gonna faint. I'm so upset. I just want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore.
Do you want to take this drastic step?
You're not cutting my license up.
It's time to choose who will be named Canada's worst driver.
Well, it's just got to be Angelina, hasn't it?
I have to agree with that. I'm afraid that she will be the one who won't get it until she has killed somebody in a car accident.
Philippe?
I think Angelina don't realize that this is serious business. She shouldn't drive.
Yeah, I agree.
As soon as Cam agrees, we'll give Angelina the Canada's worst driver title.
Cam?
I'm going to say it's Mike. I think he's dangerous.
Really?
I just looked at the Toronto Drive. If you weren't with him, he would have hit the old lady, would have hit a bicycle. I think Mike is ultimately Canada's worst driver.
Really?
I never thought he was going to cut his driver's license, to be honest with you.
He's cut his license. He's ready to start from scratch, rebuild.
I think Mike would do anything to get out of being named Canada's worst driver. I think he would snip his license in half.
So do you think this is just symbolic? He's cutting his license in half like this?
I just look at his actions. That's why I'm voting Mike. It's not by much.
Who is Canada's worst driver? Talentless Mike or crying Angelina?
They're both terrible. They're both so bad. Personally, I would have a tie in this situation.
No ties. There is only one worst.
The worst will receive this hideous trophy. But first, there is good news.
Arun, you are the good news. So, let's just skip to the punch and give you your license back. Thanks for coming to the rehab center. I wish every student was like you, buddy. Here you go.
It's been a very wonderful experience, and all thanks goes to Sana, who nominated me for this wonderful program. And
Thanks, you're welcome.
no problem.
And then there were two. But there can be only one worst. Canada's worst driver is Angelina.
That means Mike isn't the worst. So I hand him back the remnants of his driving career and explain to him that he'll have to go home in a limousine.
Good.
Someday,
Yeah.
we hope that you're able to earn a new license. Thanks for bringing it, Jody.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Having his driving dreams broken so badly is the best thing that could have happened to Mike.
It's time to change. I mean, I'm almost 30.
You suck.
At driving.
Canada's worst driver will go to the airport in a taxi, and her hunk-of-junk vehicle will get dragged home by a tow truck.
Before I let you get in the cab, I have to give you this trophy. You are the 5th recipient of the Canada's Worst Driver trophy.
Thanks.
You are Canada's worst driver.
I'll keep that in mind.
So come with me.
I know, you can't tell, like...
Okay? You
No,
look
do I look okay?
No.
I'm getting in a taxi with a giant piece of junk headed to an airport. Get in the car. Ugh. Ugh. This sucks.
Angelina Marcantonini, Canada's worst driver.
I may be Canada's worst driver, but I'm a nice person. And that's the big thing I don't think anybody's been seeing here. And it's really pissing me off.
The world's only daily science show with Jay Ingram and Zaya Tong. Daily Planet. Coming up next.
Only on Discovery Channel.
Check out the beauty of arrows, dogs, strongmen, and yo-yos. Tomorrow on Time Warp. Check out the world's most high-tech pirate hunter. Wednesday on Mighty Ships.
I just can't